Sadly, we have lost some of our brightest stars due to the coronavirus, from singers to actors, musicians, and more. Antonio Sabato Sr., an Italian-American actor, known for his roles in Grand Prix and Escape from the Bronx, died in January 2021 due to COVID complications. He was 77. Barbara Shelley, a British horror movie actress and Doctor Who star, died in January 2021, aged 88, after contracting the coronavirus. Dawn Wells, who starred as Mary Ann in the popular 1960s sitcom Gilligan's Island, died in December 2020 of causes related to COVID. She was 82. Actress Carol Sutton, who made appearances in Steel Magnolias and Queen Sugar, died in December 2020 from complications from COVID. She was 76. Charley Pride, country music superstar, died in December 2020 from complications related to the coronavirus. Just 1 month earlier, Pride received a Lifetime Achievement Award from the Country Music Association and performed live at the ceremony. Fashion designer Kenzo Takada, designer and founder of the high-end brand Kenzo, died in October 2020 aged 81. Bruce Williamson, the former lead singer of The Temptations, died in September 2020, aged 49. Williamson joined The Temptations in 2006 and continued performing with the group until 2015. He then went on singing solo and was due to perform in an online streaming concert the week of his death. Broadway performer Nick Cordero died in August 2020 from the coronavirus, aged 41. The Rock of Ages star had his leg amputated prior to his death, as he battled the virus. Singer and actor Trini Lopez died of COVID in August 2020, aged 93. He was best known for his rendition of If I Had a Hammer and his role in The Dirty Dozen. Pop star Chris Trousdale passed away from complications of coronavirus in June 2020. He was 34. Siegfried and Roy magician and entertainer, Roy Uwe Ludwig Horn, died at the age of 75 of complications from COVID in May 2020. Today, the world has lost one of the greats of magic, but I have lost my best friend, Siegfried said in a statement. Rapper Fred the Godson died from coronavirus in April 2020, just 2 weeks after announcing he had tested positive to the virus. He was 35. He had just released his debut album, Paycheck. Comedian and actor Tim Brooke Taylor died after contracting the coronavirus in April 2020. He was 79. John Prine was a singer and songwriter of country folk music and had a career of nearly 50 years, died in April 2020 of complications from coronavirus. He was 73. Actor Jay Benedict died from the coronavirus in April 2020, aged 68. He was known for roles in The Dark Knight Rises, Aliens, and Emmerdale. Lee Fierro, an actress best known for playing Mrs. Kintner in Jaws, died in April 2020 of complications from coronavirus, aged 91. Famous jazz pianist Ellis Marsalis Jr. died aged 81 from complications related to COVID in April 2020. Julie Bennett, a voice actress best known for voicing Cindy in Yogi Bear, died in March 2020, aged 88. Emmy winner Adam Schlesinger died from coronavirus complications in April 2020, aged 52. He was highly regarded for his work as a member of Fountains of Wayne and a songwriter for TV's Crazy Ex-Girlfriend. Hal Willner, a record producer and longtime sketch music writer for Saturday Night Live, died in April 2020 due to complications of coronavirus. He was 64. English musician Matthew Seligman, who worked with David Bowie, died in April 2020, aged 64. Star Wars actor Andrew Jack died aged 76 as a result of coronavirus in March 2020. The actor, who also worked as a dialect coach, died in hospital. Japanese comedian Ken Shimura died of coronavirus at age 70 in March 2020. Alan Merrill, songwriter and vocalist for the hit track, I Love Rock and Roll, died from coronavirus in March 2020. Later in his career, Merrill famously played with Meat Loaf and released a self-titled solo album. Country music star Joe Diffie died from coronavirus in March 2020, aged 61. He had a string of #1 hits in the 1990s. Prolific playwright Terrence McNally, whose works include Kiss of the Spider Woman, died aged 81, in March 2020. Actor Mark Blum, most famous for starring in flicks like Crocodile Dundee and Desperately Seeking Susan, died from complications due to the coronavirus, in March 2020. He was 69. World-renowned TV chef, Floyd Cardoz, died from the coronavirus in March 2020, aged 59. Frankie Valli and the Four Seasons bassist Joe Long died on April 21, 2021, from complications of COVID. Former reality TV star Linda Torres, who appeared on the VH1 reality series, Mob Wives, died at Staten Island University Hospital in New York, on April 1, 2021, from complications of the coronavirus. She was 67. Broadcast legend Larry King passed away at Cedars-Sinai Medical Center in Los Angeles, on January 23, 2021. He was 87. Phil Spector died at 81 on January 16, 2021, while incarcerated for the 2003 murder of Lana Clarkson. Actress Barbara Shelley, who was best known for her roles in horror films like 1958's Blood of the Vampire, 1960's Village of the Damned, and Dracula in 1966, died from complications of the coronavirus, on January 3, 2021. She was 88. Singer-actress Lynn Kellogg Simpers, best known for her starring role as Sheila in the original 1968 Broadway production of Hair, died on November 12, 2020 in a St. Louis hospital from COVID complications. She was 77. Baseball icon Tom Seaver, who's widely regarded as one of the greatest Mets players of all time, died on August 31, 2020, at his home in Calistoga, California, from complications of Lewy body dementia and COVID. Gary J. Friedkin, who had a 40-year career in Hollywood, died on December 2, 2022, from COVID complications. He was 70. Brad Johnson, a former rodeo cowboy, Marlboro Man, and Calvin Klein model who starred in Steven Spielberg's romantic drama Always, and appeared on Melrose Place, died from COVID complications, on February 18, 2022. Meat Loaf, the man behind hits including Bat Out of Hell, Paradise by the Dashboard Light, and I'd Do Anything for Love, But I Won't Do That, died on January 20, 2022, at 74. The Grammy winner and actor, who also appeared in dozens of movies including The Rocky Horror Picture Show and Fight Club, died from complications of COVID. Former beauty queen Kathy Manning, who was crowned Miss Mississippi 1984, and was the second runner-up in the Miss America 1985 pageant, died on December 23, 2021, after several weeks fighting COVID. Actor Vachik Mangasarian died from complications of COVID on January 22, 2022. He was 78. He appeared on shows including Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. and Curb Your Enthusiasm, and he was vaccinated. Jason Hitch, who starred on the second season of TLC's 90 Day Fiancé in 2014, died from complications of COVID on December 14, 2021. J.J. Phillips, the big-haired rock music keyboardist who competed on America's Got Talent Season 4 in 2009 and again on Season 12 in 2017, died at the age of 30. The musician was fighting a coronavirus infection at home during Thanksgiving week 2021 and on November 25 was found deceased from complications of COVID. Colin Powell, who served as U.S. Secretary of State from 2001 to 2005, died on October 18, 2021, following a battle with the coronavirus. The former four-star general and Vietnam veteran was 84. Just weeks after winning an Emmy on September 11th, at the 2021 Creative Arts Emmy Awards, for his hairstyling work on the hit Netflix series Bridgerton. Oscar-nominated hair and makeup designer Mark Pilcher died from COVID. On August 19, 2021, Japanese actor and martial arts legend Shinichi Sunny Chiba, who had memorable roles in movies including The Street Fighter, Kill Bill, and The Fast and the Furious, died from complications of COVID. He was 82. Sanford Clarke, the rockabilly country music star, whose 1956 top 10 hit, The Fool, was re-recorded by Elvis Presley and the Animals, died July 4, 2021, following a battle with the coronavirus. He was 85. Conservative talk radio host Phil Valentine, who in July 2021 was hospitalized as he battled COVID, died from complications of the coronavirus just weeks later. Phil, who worked in radio for more than 40 years, was 61. Drummer Kenny Malone, who's best known for his work with country music legends Dolly Parton, Merle Haggard and Waylon Jennings, died at 83 on August 26, 2021. The prolific session musician, who also dabbled in folk and other acoustic-based genres, passed away after being diagnosed with COVID.